Morning, good afternoon, or good evening, my beautiful hot messes. My name is Mistress Lavender, and today I'm reading the 48 Laws of Power. I'm on page 19. And before we begin, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and obviously turn your post notifications on. I'm serious. Don't mind my face. This is Vaseline. I put out by cheating, whatever. But yeah, let's get started. I was literally in the middle of my sleep, and I woke up, and I was like, let me read. So we're gonna do that. Observance of the law. In 1850, the young Otto von Bismarck, then a 35-year-old deputy in the Prussian parliament, was at a turning point in his career. The issues of the day were the unification of the many states, including Prussia, into which Germany was then divided, and a war against Austria, the powerful neighborhood to the south that hoped to keep the Germans weak and at odds, even threatening to intervene if they try to unite. Prince William, next in line to be Persian king, was in favor of going to war, and the parliament rallied to the cause, prepared to back any mobilization of troops. The only ones to oppose war were the present king, Frederick William V, and his ministers, who referred to appease the powerful Austrians. Throughout his career, Bismarck had been a loyal, even passionate supporter of Persian might and power. He dreamed of German unification, of going to war against Austria and humiliating the country that so far long had kept Germany divided. A former soldier, he saw warfare as a glorious business. This, after all, was the man who years later would say the great questions of the time will be decided, not by speeches and resolutions, but by iron and blood. Passionate patriot and lover of military glory, Bismarck nevertheless gave a speech in Parliament at the height of the war fever that astonished all who heard it. Woe unto the statesman, he said, who makes war without a reason that will still be valid when the war is over. After the war, you will all look differently at these questions. Will you then have the courage to turn to the peasant contemplating the ashes on his farms, to the man who had been crippled, to the father who had lost his children? Not only did Bismarck go on to talk of the madness of this war, but strangest of all, he praised Austria and defended her actions. This went against everything he had stood for. The consequences were immediate. Bismarck was against the war. What could this possibly mean? Other deputies were confused, and several of them changed their votes. Eventually, the king and his ministers won out, and war was averted. A few weeks after Bismarck's infamous speech, the king, grateful that he had spoken for peace, made him a cabinet minister. A few years later, he became a Persian premier. In the role, he eventually led his country and a peace-loving king into a war against Austria, crushing the former empire and establishing a mighty German state, with Persia at its head. Interpretation. At the time of his speech in 1850, Bismarck made several calculations. First, he sensed that the Persian military, which had not kept pace with other European armies, was unready for war. That Austria, in fact, might very well win, a disastrous result for the future. Second, if the war were lost and Bismarck had supported it, his career would be gravely jeopardized. The king and his conservative ministers wanted peace. Bismarck wanted power. The answer was to throw people off the scent by supporting a cause he detested, saying things he would laugh at if said by another. A whole country was fooled. It was because of Bismarck's speech that the king made him a minister, a position from which he had quickly rose to be prime minister, attaining the power to strengthen the Persian military and accomplish what he wanted all along: the humiliation of Austria and the unification of Germany under Persia's leadership. Bismarck was certainly one of the cleverest statesmen who had ever lived. A master of strategy and deception. No one suspected what he was up to in this case. Had he announced his real intentions, arguing that it was better to wait now and fight later, he would have not won that argument, since most Persians wanted war at the moment and mistakenly believed that their army was superior to the Austrians. Had he played up to the king asking to be minister in exchange for supporting peace, he would not have succeeded either. The king would have distrusted his ambition and doubted his sincerity. By being completely insecure and sending misleading signals, however, he deceived everyone, concealed his purpose, and attained everything he wanted, such as the power of hiding your intentions. Keys to power. Most people are open books. They say what they feel, blurt out their opinions at every opportunity, and constantly reveal their plans and intentions. They do this for several reasons. First, it is easy and natural to always want to talk about one's feelings and plans for the future. It takes effort to control your tongue and monitor what you reveal. Second, many believe that by being honest and open, they are winning people's hearts and showing their good nature. They are greatly deluded. Honesty is actually a blunt instrument which bloodies more than it cuts. Your honesty is likely to offend people. It is more prudent to tailor your words, telling people what they want to hear rather than the coarse and ugly truth of what you feel or think. More important, by using unabashedly open, you make yourself so predictable and familiar that it is almost impossible to respect or fear you. And power will not occur to a person who cannot inspire such emotions. If you yearn for power, quickly lay honesty aside and train yourself in the art of concealing your intentions. Master the art and you will always have the upper hand. Basic to an ability to conceal one's intention is a simple truth of human nature. Our first instinct is to always trust appearances. We cannot go around doubting the reality of what we see and hear, constantly imagining the appearances concealed something else would exhaust and terrify us. This fact makes it relatively easy to conceal one's intentions. Simply dangle an object you seem to desire, a goal you seem to aim for, in front of people's eyes, and they will take the appearance for reality. Once their eyes focus on the decoy, they will fail to notice what you're really up to. In seduction, setting up conflicting signals such as desire and indifference, and you will not only throw them off the scent, you inflame their desire to possess you. I'm going to stop there on page 21. I'm going to start the next paragraph, a tactic. Yeah, I'm reading not too many pages all at once, but just little by little because I don't feel like reading all of it right now. So I'm going to stop there on page 21. Again, I'm on Law 3. It's conceal your intentions. So let me know, are you reading the same book? Are you not? And make sure to follow, subscribe. And yeah, let me know what you're reading or not reading, which you should be reading every day because educate that brain. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, have a great day, stay safe, and bye, and drink water, eat some food.